experiment to see if I am capable of keeping a ranch short and fucking spitting it out, right? Blatherskite. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the contradictions. The contradictions between what, on an individual level, can lead to the perception of a better quality of life. You could say on a spiritual level, on the level of enjoyment, on, you know, having a happy life, right? The sort of way that a person, well, like, my dad, for instance, he has this, a lot of people have, he doesn't, you know, stick by it, but there's this quote that he had in his, emails and stuff at the end, or he used to anyways. It says, the secret to life is RDR squared. Laughter, right? You know? And there's a lot of these groups talk about, you know, just being in love with life and looking for the silver lining in everything, looking at the positive in everything, finding positives where there aren't positives so that you can be happy even in miserable situations. This is certainly a good way with coping with situations that you can't do anything about. But the problem with this that I see, especially, you know, on a larger scale, like when people do this in mass and stuff like that, is it leads to sort of a delusional perception of reality, which leads to an apathetic stance whereby more and more negative situations are allowed to arise and continue and get worse and worse without being addressed. It's essentially the cartoon dog in the burning house that says, this is fine. Yeah. And problem is, you know, the dog just sits there sipping his coffee saying this is fine. Well, he may live out the rest of his life happily, especially if he's capable of keeping up the perception that everything is fine when his fur catches on fire and his skin begins to melt. If he doesn't suffocate to death first, well, then maybe the rest of his life will be filled with a sense of peace and happiness, and perhaps that's what matters. But it seems like grabbing a fire extinguisher or getting the fuck out of the house would be a better idea. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's... yeah, I managed to keep it fairly short. Cool.